she destroy? I pace the kitchen, wondering where he is now on his journey. I will wait for as long as it takes. And when he arrives, I will give him all the strength that comes from my love, and together we will face her. I wait for the dawn, longing only for him. Part 1, Chapter 1. Helen, 2018. From the moment we returned to Ballintyre, I couldn't understand what had happened to Scylla. We arrived late one night after a fractious journey that had started very early, both Hamish and I quick to snap at each other all the way. I was exhausted from packing up our entire lives and the horrible, draining stress of everything we had just lived through. We finally pulled to a stop in front of the house in the pitch dark, the children white-faced and asleep in the back of the car. Our belongings pulled in the trailer Hamish had hired. Charlie, Hamish's older brother, crunched over the drive towards us, gruff and bluff as ever. "Here you all are! I thought you'd never get here," he shouted. "I was about to turn in." I got out of the car. "Hello, Charlie. Please, don't shout. The children are asleep. I'd like to slip them straight into bed before they wake up." "Hello, Hamish," he bellowed, ignoring me. "How was the traffic?" Hamish, getting out of the car, started to murmur about the M6. "Where's Scylla?" I asked, looking about for her, shaking out my stiff legs. She was the calm to Charlie's tempest, a piece of scented soulfulness in the heart of the storm. I'd wanted to see her, needed to see her. Where was she? Charlie didn't reply, busy directing Hamish here and there, explaining the water pump system he'd had installed when we were barely 5 minutes in the door. Later, with our suitcases stowed in our rooms, the children tucked away in their attic bedroom, we 3 adults sat down in the kitchen to beans on toast and glasses of red wine, which Hamish gulped down gratefully. "Where's Scylla?" I asked again, in the relative calm. Charlie looked at me, fixing me with that blue gaze he shared with Hamish. The pale blue could have looked insipid, but, illuminated by the Ballintyre intelligence, it became interesting, almost intriguing. "She's away," he said briefly. "Away?" I was surprised. "She didn't say?" "She doesn't tell you everything, does she, Helen?" Charlie asked peevishly. He was right. She didn't. We were sisters-in-law, not best friends. We went long periods without being in touch. It was true I'd been out of contact for a while, taken up by the whirlwind of events that had engulfed us. But I'd sent her a message the day before yesterday, saying we were coming and why. I'd been so busy packing that I'd hardly noticed that she hadn't replied. Why hadn't she let me know she wouldn't be here? When will she be back? Charlie shrugged. "I don't know. Soon, I suppose." "Well, where's she gone?" "I don't know. She needs some time away, that's all. She's an adult. I'm sure she's fine. We don't live in one another's pockets, you know." I felt a tiny sting of rebuke. Was he saying that I was being nosy? Or perhaps implying I was too possessive of Hamish? It occurred to me to wonder what Hamish had told him about what had happened, and why we were there. Surely his brother knew the circumstances that had brought us back to Ballintyre in such a hurry, with nowhere else to go. But the way his family communicated had always been a mystery to me. Who knew what they had said, and what they had hidden? Charlie had already changed the subject, back to his new pump system and the challenges he'd had installing it. Hamish was nodding away, his eyes droopy with tiredness. It had been a long drive that day. The last week alone had been exhausting, let alone the time before that. We were drained. I looked around the kitchen. I knew it well. The chilly flagstones, the old preparation table in the middle of the room, its wooden top scrubbed to ivory over the years, the range sending out a welcome heat. Shelves were stacked with queensware china and old-fashioned kitchenalia, huge tureens, old platters, earthenware jugs, jelly moulds and antique jars. Under the prep table, the shelf was loaded with mason mixing bowls, saucepans and stockpots, cast-iron casseroles in all sizes, griddles, omelette pans, and roasting tins stacked up with the smallest nesting...